Well, tonight, a public program serving students and the community is at risk of getting defunded. And the big reason is a declining number of cable TV subscriptions. ABC 10's Becca Haubecker joins us now in studio to break down all the details.
Yeah, you know, Alex, a small portion of every cable subscriber's bill is something called a public educational and governmental fee. Well, that money supports local public access channels and related infrastructure. But with more and more people cutting the cord, so to speak, that means fewer of those dollars and therefore tough decisions for county leaders.
Maybe I'll zoom in on this and make it look cool. There you go.
All across Sacramento County, more than 2,000 public school students per year get hands-on experience with operating cameras and training in video editing through a program called the Sacramento Educational Video Awards, or SEVA, which is now in its 37th school year.
And then we also have this little studio over here.
Aaron Heinrich is executive director of the Sacramento Educational Cable Consortium, or SECC, which runs SEVA and provides educational programming on public access channels, including high school graduations.
So if we lose funding, all of that goes away.
On Friday, Heinrich says his office learned the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission, which allocates county funding for SECC, plans on ramping down that funding this fiscal year, ending funding the next, starting in July. The commission's vote on this is Wednesday.
Kids will probably not have access to the same media education, could be as soon as next year. There will be no opportunity for the school districts to have this kind of programming available out in the community.
Plus, the 7 people in his office could lose their jobs, Heinrich says, and about 20 others at Access Sacramento, another so-called channel licensee that stands to lose funding.
Folks are cutting the cord more than ever before and switching to, Netflix, Hulu, streaming platforms.
Cable Commission Chair Ryan Brown says county funding for not only the channel licensees, but also the entire commission comes exclusively from cable subscriber fees.
Since 2018, we've seen between a 10 to even a 25% decrease year over year in our franchise fees.
He says the Cable Commission has been talking for at least 5 years about how dwindling cable revenue may mean difficult cuts at some point. The commission is cutting a third of its own staff as it proposes cuts to channel licensees.
We deeply respect and love the work of our licensees, and especially folks like Access and SECC. The work that they're doing is incredibly meaningful, and we know the value that it brings to the community and to schools and individuals across the area.
They say SECC and Access Sacramento are free to pursue other funding sources to stay operational. It just won't come from the county anymore if commissioners approve the budget changes on Wednesday. In the meantime, program supporters are fighting for funding. Nick Conklin works at SECC as a videographer and technology specialist and was once a SEVA student himself.
The SEVA program led me to my career, and my teachers are what influenced me and helped me, get to where I am today.
And I am so proud to say that Nick Conklin works for SECC, and he was one of my students here at Franklin High School.
Don Williams is the advanced broadcasting teacher at Elk Grove's Franklin High School, one of the 110 teachers across Sacramento County's various school districts who run a SEVA program. She put together a video asking the Cable Commission to keep funding SECC.
This program is about so much more than learning how to use a camera or edit videos. It's about student voice. Through storytelling, we get to share our experiences, amplifying issues that matter to us, speak up for those who can't.
Now, KVIE, Sacramento's PBS station, also stands to lose county funding, though the impact is not expected to be as significant as the impact to SECC and Access Sacramento. Still, its president and general manager tells me he'd like to see the commission pause on tomorrow's cost-cutting decision to implement a more balanced policy. By the way, this funding decision will not impact the broadcast of government meetings. Those are done through Metro Cable 14, whose county funding is not imminently at stake. Alex.
All right, Becca, thank you so much for bringing us that story tonight.